Welcome back to Carrara. That's the scene from one of the light towers. 14 degrees at the moment down there on the ground. The toss just about to be effected. Here it is.
Two skippers out in the centre for the toss, Mark Williams and Danny Frawley. And no advantage out here, won by Danny Frawley, kicking from right to left of screen.
Right, thank you, Bill. And patrons suitably rugged up for the cool of the night here on the Gold Coast. It was fairly cloudy when we arrived this afternoon. Not really Queensland weather, Peter, was it?
No, and but perfect weather for football, and these players will appreciate these cool conditions tonight. And I think, Pete, we're in for a very, very even contest. I think you'd agree with that, Bernie.
Yes, it should be fairly tough encounter out here tonight. I think the Bears will be stirred up by what's happened this week, and of course St.Kilda with Tony Lockett out of the side. Well, that's a big gap in their forward line, and really it's a flip of the coin. It could go anyway.
Looks like Sheldon is going to start on the bench for St Kilda with newcomer Dargy. Your selections?
Well, I'm going for St Kilda to win just.
Bernie?
I'm going for the Bears, Peter.
Well, I go for the home sides, as most people know. I think they might just scrape in tonight. Don't think there'll be too much in it, though. I agree with you, Peter. I think it's going to be a top game. The Bears have a lot to prove. I've seen them a few times, and they get in winning positions. I was up here for the Fitzroy game. They looked the goods in a couple of quarters, didn't they? And then couldn't go on with it.
Well, they're very competitive. They always have a go.
First quarter from Carrara. The second night game against St Kilda. And the Saints will be hoping for better return travel arrangements. The last time they were up here, they got back on Wednesday. Merritt and Harding. Neither got a hand to the ball. Both collided pretty heavily. And a little bit of ill feeling there already. Williams copped one in that skirmish. So another bounce just wide of the circle. Everybody in this time. Harding gets a good run at it. I think Merritt actually won it out, but it's a St Kilda ball going to Nicky Winmar. Low. Oh, yes, just about a mark. The umpire, has he paid it? He has. I don't know that he held it long enough, but I don't think you could really argue, Bernie, could you?
Yes, I don't think that was really a mark, but I wouldn't have paid it.
I agree with Bernie. I thought very lucky to be paid that.
He's within scoring distance anyway, Stuart Lowe, and a lot will be depending on him tonight from a St Kilda point of view, with Owen and Lockett missing. He's got plenty of distance with the kick, but no direction. And Zanotti will have to bring the ball back. It will be a free kick for out of bounds on the full.
That's where Stewie Lowe lets himself down, because he's a player who's averaging 9 marks a game and only kicked something like 12 goals for the season.
Well, we might send Peter McKenna out to do some kicking practice at St Kilda as well, Peter.
No, I'll stick to Collingwood, Pete. There's Mark Zanotti, who's not a great kick either. Normally he's selected at full back. It's at half back for the Bears as players charge in on top of it. Paul Harding at the base of that pack. Be a great contest between he and Roger Merritt. There's Kenny Sheldon and Nathan Burke. Interesting choice on the bench. Probably hasn't played as well this year as he has in the previous year, with Lowe doing the ruck work. And the umpire will bounce it again. Number 36 with the blonde hair, you see, is young Michael Kennedy. He's been selected in the back pocket after a stint in the reserves. Must be about 12 players around this bounce. There's Merritt going for the big fist away. Chris O'Sullivan onto the left foot has kicked it out wide. Mick Dwyer is there for the Saints. Also Gordon Fode. David Bain hotly pressing him. It's tapped on further afield towards Hufford. Oh, good play by Scott McIver. Great skills. McIver to centre wing. Martin Leslie, the South Australian. How's the mark been paid? I think it has. And great to see him back in because he's had a bad shoulder injury. Bernie?
Yes, great to see it. I thought he was out for the season, but it's good to see him back in this Bears side.
And let's hope he can fire. They can certainly do with it. Now here's one of the best kicks. We were talking about kicking just a moment back. Jeff Rains. That is how to kick a football. Beautiful long kick, not a bad mark. It's O'Brien. Got a safe pair of hands, this fellow. He's got onto that one. Kappa almost one behind. Warwick Kappa kicked 9 goals in the reserves last week and back in the senior side tonight. That's a fine grab to Grant. He's also got a pair of hands that drag down quite a few marks each week. Grant from just inside the 50-metre defence line up towards centre wing, or centre field I should say, knocked away by Lowe. That should be, or could be, a free kick for in the back. It'll be taken by Roger Merritt. Started on the bench last week. I understand had a few tummy problems. Reynoldson still inside the square. He's being brought around a tad. Deputy vice captain for Brisbane, formerly of Geelong. Reynoldson straight down the ground. Where's Kappa? Almost. Williams. Good punch away there by Dargy on the bottom of the pack. Number 40, the Saints recruit. I think it's his first game, Bernie, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Pete. First game for St Kilda.
And recruited from Subiaco. There's Paul Feltham, the new coach. Subiaco have produced some outstanding league footballers. Been a very strong club in the West for a number of years.
Got a few bob in the bank too.
Subiaco. There's Feltham getting very agitated early in the game. The umpire's found a free kick. It will go to Peter Russo, the former Hawk star. He's gone short to Winmar, who marks at half back, creating plenty of space to the Saints. He's gone long, looking for Lowe. Lowe against Merritt. Merritt cleverly taps it away. It's kicked wide. Oh, good pass. Of course, St Kilda by Handley. Robert Handley, another former Hawthorn player. Barker couldn't take the mark. Hand pass comes over the top to Barker. A further hand pass to the pocket. This is Bowie. Brings it back in front of goal. Kicked off the ground by Brenton Phillips of the Bears and through for a behind to St Kilda. So the scores are dead set level, one behind apiece.
Ball back into play towards the half back line. Reynoldson again starting well. Back to Rains. Standing start. Again a long kick. Harding in front. Ball knocked away by Williams. Loose ball on the half forward line for the Bears. Gathered in beautifully by Harris. A centering kick. He'll be looking for Kappa. Knocked away by Frawley. Hardy loves a goal. Gets one. First for the match. First goal of the match kicked by Brad Hardy. The Bears lead by 6 points.
And that'll be a great clash between Dean Rice and Hardy, as Jason Daniels, trying to crash his way through the pack, was pinged holding the ball. Scott McIver from centre of the ground, kicking long. The half forward Hardy in front, couldn't take the mark. Bernie Harris taps it on cleverly. The little rover trying to pick it up, appeals for the free kick. Umpire says not on. Cameron O'Brien hooks it back on the right foot. Great goal.
Well, this is a great start by the Brisbane Bears, and they're certainly fired up with the change of coaches. And as often does happen with a change of coaches in the mid-season, the side that have been subjected to these sort of moves by the match committee often come out the next week and win, Peter, and it's been proven.
Well, they look pretty ferocious at the moment, the Bears. They're charging in after it.
Well, they've got to get consistency, haven't they? As I mentioned before the match, we've seen them play good quarters of football and not go on with it. Last week, competitive for 3.5 terms, they went down in an avalanche to Geelong. Harding and Merritt, won by Merritt, gets it to Rains again, kick number 3, it's another boomer. O'Brien in front, has the ball twisted away, backup support for St Kilda from Frawley. This is Rice, chips it in short, Harding marks. Decides to get the ball moving quickly to Elphinston. Straight down the ground from the veteran Saint. Tipped and knocked away by Gastev, not successful. Plenty of Bears at the fall of the ball. Winmar, free kicks St Kilda's way. It's not going to Winmar, might go to Bowie, I think. And it is going to Winmar. One of the real shining lights down at Moorabbin, Nicky Winmar. Might be just a bit too far out. Let's see how he goes with the kick. The marker's there, it's Winton. Brian Winton, formerly of Essendon.
And before that, he played at Richmond, so he's been around Brian Winton. That's an excellent mark in the goal square and a big pack of players.
I'd forgotten about Richmond, Bernie. It's a while back.
Yes, and also playing his first game for St Kilda.
Should level the scores. We'll get St Kilda's first, I should say. 2-1 to 1-1 at Carrara. So fine mark taken by Brian Winton for St Kilda's first goal. The Bears still leading by 6 points. We lost quite a few balls here last week. Interesting sign. And that one taking a long time to come back from the outer. 6 points the difference. Home of the Bears.
Good start for Brian Winton. For this game, he'll be very keen to do well. There's Mark Williams getting it to Rains. Up to half forward it goes as a crashing his way through for St Kilda was Ian Dargy. It's at centre wing. It's a free kick going St Kilda's way. Now it's Harding going to receive this one. Former Hawthorn ruckman. Umpire will make him come back and kick over the mark. Interesting clash will be down there. Winton against Zanotti, who's not really big enough probably to play fullback, but they'll probably get him to run off his opponent. There's Harding, a very ordinary looking kick to half forward. Frank Coughlin flies from behind, couldn't take it. Michael Richardson's caught. Over to Brenton Phillips. Smothered off his boot. O'Sullivan with a quick hand pass. This is Mick Dwyer leaving it for Harding, his teammate. A wobbly looking hand pass, and let's see if it'll come off. Oh, Bowie went in very hard after that ball. Kennedy, Colin. Is that holding the ball? The umpire didn't think so. It's on centre wing. Now it's the umpire's paying a push in the back, and again it'll go to Paul Harding. Now Harding onto the left foot has gone wide. A very dangerous pass out to a little man in Bowie. It was bad play by Harding. Rains gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy to Williams. Actually dropped that one. The umpire paid the mark. This is Mark Williams setting it up for Kappa against Frawley. Kappa, Frawley too strong and too good. Hand passes, plays on to Lamb. Lamb to Winmar. Nicky Winmar, an exciting player coming down the outer wing. Couple of bounces, then brings it to half forward. Can someone take a mark? Yes, a brilliant mark by Barker with the one hand.
Trevor Barker at his best there, like the Barker of old.
Hasn't taken one like that for a while, Bernie.
Up with the one hand, kept his eyes on the ball all the time. Magnificent stuff from Trevor Barker.
Well, he's actually kicked a lot of goals in his career. He's probably made his name as a fullback and a top fullback, but has kicked just under 200 goals in league football. He will kick from 55 metres, a long driving drop punt right up to the square. It's tapped over the back. Still a chance for St Kilda, but Bernie Harris comes in and takes the ball over the line in that forward pocket. In fact, Trevor Barker has kicked 128 goals in league football. That's not a bad effort.
I think if you asked Trevor Barker, Peter, he'd probably tell you he's played in every position on the ground. I don't think that'd surprise too many people. 55 metres around, another throw in. Looking a little bit different now than quite a few years back, but he's been a great player for St Kilda, hasn't he?
Schoolboy's haircut.
They all change. You'll be able to go back to it now. Knocked down by Lowe. Coughlin held. Did he have it? Phillips fires out the hand pass. On the end of it is Richardson. Spears it up towards midfield. Gargy's there. Out comes O'Brien pretty solidly. Banfield straight down the ground. Hardy on a lead. The other redhead is Rice, who wins out on this occasion. Short pass back up to Harding, who's doing well so far. Daniels, the recipient of the hand pass, goes in short down towards half forward. Marker's missed. The umpire says play on. Winmar takes it from Barker, but the free kick will have to be relayed. It'll go back towards midfield, and it'll be taken by Grant.
No one on the mark.
Not a soul. Got to build a block of flats there. Big pack of players. Down it comes to Phillips. Back to Richardson. Still got a suntan. Very close to the boundary line, and in fact goes over the boundary line in the middle of the interchange gates for a boundary throw-in. 2-1 to 1-1 in favour of the Bears here at Carrara, the second night game, second of 3 this year. Chance for Dargy, newcomer, up towards half forward. The target was Lowe, who got high. Ball scooped away from the pack. Phillips again, gets a hand to it. Might have almost got a push in the back from Coughlin.
I think he took a dive, Pete.
So we'll see a boundary throw-in right on the 50-metre mark. Left half forward flank for St Kilda. In front is Lowe, loses out to Reynoldsson. Saints through Daniels. Well, that's a strong grab right on the 50-metre mark again from Grant, as I mentioned earlier in the call. He's got a good pair of hands. Can play on attack, has been preferred in defence in more recent times. Tries for the spiral punt, gets plenty of distance with that kick, and off the hands of the pack for one behind. So 1-2 St Kilda, trailing the Bears 2-1 in the first quarter. We've got 13 3/4 minutes left. It's shaping up as a pretty good game. O'Keefe will bring the ball back into play.
Well, two very evenly matched sides. David O'Keefe, recruited from Geelong, played a number of good games for the Cats too in his career. That's Kennedy getting it to Bernie Harris, to Mark Williams, to Rains. Oh, that set him up. Back to Williams. Williams to centre wing. Martin Leslie against Robert Elphinston. A player towards the end of his career and a player beginning it. Martin Leslie. And he took that ball over the line on centre wing. Paul Feltham. Big night for him. Harding doing well in the ruck. Bernie Harris waits at the base of the pack. Fode takes a lovely mark. Brings it to half forward. That's a strong mark taken by Lowe. Stuart Lowe from centre of the ground gets it on quickly. He's looking down there for Winton. Over the back, a chance for Barker. Brought down from behind. Still a chance for the Saints. Kicked off the ground towards the goals. And just offline, and another behind to the Saints. And the player who kicked that one for St Kilda was Robert Handley.
Affectionately known at St Kilda as he was at Hawthorn as Chopper. This is Gastiff. No wife, you saw his teeth. This is Daniels, good player for St Kilda. Seen him turn in some top games. Gordon Fode down towards left half forward flank against Rains, is it, for a push in the back? No, said the umpire. Stuart Lowe starting well, wobbly kick. That's been the downfall of his game. There's Handley again. What's he done with that one? He's missed.
St Kilda 3 or 4 times. Bernie have kicked it high to Bowie in the forward line, which is
well, it's a waste, isn't it, Peter?
Silly tactics.
They must go direct.
So 1-4 to 2-1, 5 effective scoring shots to 3, but still the Bears lead by 3 points. Merritt late on the scene. Harding's doing well. The umpire has played him the mark. He'll give it to Winmar. It's usually a pretty good sort of a kick. He's gone for a pass in towards the pocket. The target, Trevor Barker. O'Keefe applies the tackle. Barker's not going anywhere. Bears players looking for a free kick. There is none, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
Once again, Peter, Trevor Barker leading very wide when Winmar should have really went straight down towards the goal square. He would have made it difficult for Barker had he been able to take possession and have the shot at goal.
Low over the back to Kennedy and then McIver. In turn to Rains, who started well, and another long kick.
Waiting at the back is Lamb. Oh, cleverly punches it back to Mick Dwyer. Dwyer, a hand pass to Fode, who's been going in very, very hard. Here's Rains. Great to see him playing in the centre of the ground. Over to Williams. Williams to centre wing. This is Richardson. Former Collingwood players all combining then, 3 of them. It's Richardson to half forward. God, one hand, Cameron O'Brien. He's lost it to Lamb. Quick hand pass comes back towards Daniels. He's brought the ground. Could have been a free kick. Frawley. Cross to Russo. Russo to Coughlin. Good play by Phillips. This is Bowie. Oh, dives on top of it. Williams in after it, and these players are fair dinkum tonight. They're going in a desperate fashion.
Yeah, there's no doubt they've been stirred up by the events during the week. And, well, they have been criticised, and they certainly want to make a point that they can play football.
Harding to do the ruck work against Reynolds, and Harding jumps very early and gets it too. He's looking very impressive. He's caught high, and the umpire will come in and bounce it.
Jeff Rains nearly pulled Harding's head off there. The umpire was on the wrong side, didn't see it.
Well, there he is. He's playing excellent football early in this game, Paul Harding. Whether he can go the whole game in the ruck will be interesting. Over the top, looking for his former teammate at Hawthorn in Russo. Dargie's brought to ground. There's a high tackle. And it will go the Bears' way, and it'll go to Steve Reynoldsson.
Reynoldsson right on centre wing on the CUB sign. Centering kick only travels about 40 metres, though. It's been one of the downfalls of his game, too, some of his kicks. Rice, Frawley, Bowie on centre wing. Looks like a miniature Gary Ayres. Low at the back is Barker. In pursuit is Kennedy. Barker traps the ball well. Might get a free kick out of that. He has done. Had to. In the back to the Saints veteran. Well, he propped at the right time and came up with the ball. 227 VFL games, and I dare say would have played 300 had he not had so many injury problems throughout his long career. About 49 metres out. Merritt in front. Touched off hands. One behind to the Saints, taking their tally to 1-5. So they trailed by 2 points. On the scoreboard, I guess, they should be in front. Certainly had most of the play. Neither end favoured by the breeze. Phillips is going to do the kicking in this time. Pretty well straight up the ground. Oh, Winmar took off before acceptances. Ball comes back to Harding. As Peter said, he's playing a pretty good game so far. Handley racing forward with Banfield. Handley wins out. Under plenty of pressure, the kick badly directed. Bowie gets ridden into the ground by Kennedy, picked up by Reynoldson. Looks for the hand pass to Richardson going past. Richardson on the run. McIver. Back and turn to O'Sullivan at left centre wing. A long kick by him. Down to Kappa. Chance for Williams. Excellent hand pass. And the tidying up work done in the back pocket by Lamb.
Jamie Lamb doing all right down there in defence. He was looking for Ian Dargie, but the ball beat him over the line. He'll be a pretty nervous guy too, playing his first league game. The Bears bench. You can see Andrew Taylor and David Bain sitting on the bench. Instructions coming out to the runner. O'Sullivan hipped out of it. The hand pass comes across to Jason Daniels. Let's see what he does with this kick. Well, that's a better kick towards centre wing. Punched away from the St Kilda player in Robert Handley over the line. Very even contest, Bernie.
That's interesting. Bain on the bench. I thought he was the Bears' best player last week.
Well, I'm just wondering if he's carrying an injury, because he is a top player. That's Gastev to Merritt. Over the top to Phillips. Back to Merritt. That's good play by the big ruckman. Up towards half forward. The Saints defence doing well. Frawley. Oh, cleverly across to Lamb. Over to Rice. Harding taps it on to Foe. Gee, they're playing well in defence, St Kilda. Over to Russo. This is good football. Peter Russo right down towards full forward. Punched on beautifully. That was by Winton looking for Barker. Barker over the back. There's a strong tackle. Barker in after it. Oh, cleverly taps it back. Good play. Here's a chance for Handley to light up the goals and bring it back. Can't do so. And again, they're off target and they're wasting opportunities. St Kilda 1-6-12. They trail the Brisbane Bears 2-1, a total of 13. And Robert Handley, who's also not noted for his kicking, has kicked 3 behinds.
Yes, he's missed a couple. That one was a difficult one. He was under plenty of pressure. They've lost another ball, have they? No, we've got it back.
The Bears forwards have to start working harder, because St Kilda running the ball far too easily out of their defence.
Knock on by Reynoldson, or attempted knock on. Dwyer can't get it clear, and the umpire's given a free kick though to St Kilda, and coming up with it is Dwyer. He was on the bottom of the pack, right on the edge of the centre square. Kick drops a little bit short. This is Bowie. After Winton had missed the mark, he took a good one earlier. Lowe. Now, Lowe would be within kicking distance, but we know what his kicking's like, Bernie.
Yes, Peter, he'd be kicking, I suppose, from about 40 metres out.
Would you back him?
I think you make the distance okay, but he's a little bit dicey with his kicking.
One looks a little closer. I have to wait on the goal umpire. One behind. So they've tied the scores up 1-7 to 2-1. It's incredible. 8 effective shots to 3. In the end, it may prove costly to St Kilda.
David Bain's back on the ground, Pete.
It's hard to see him off. O'Keefe does the kicking in. Handley missed the mark. Bears player was held there when not in possession. That's Steve Reynoldson, and he'll come up with the free kick. Reynoldson, formerly of Geelong, the club's deputy vice-captain at Carrara. Reynoldson left half-back flank, and again only kicks at about 40 metres. Big pack of players there. The forward the ball is Bain. Doesn't get a favourable bounce. Then he gets shirt-fronted for his trouble. Good tackle from Dargie. Here's Handley again. Elphinston. Dwyer. Good hand pass over the head of Lowe and picked up by O'Keefe, and the Bears will get out of danger.
Well, they should have kicked the ball, St Kilda. They messed around then, as we see O'Keefe coming out of defence. A one-on-one contest. Mark Williams in front. Well done, Jason Daniels. Read that beautifully. Hand pass to Russo. Touch of the fumbles. Clever hand pass finds Fode. Another hand pass over the top to Coghlan. Coghlan from 55 metres sets sail for goal. A long high one. Oh, what a mark! Oh, what a brilliant mark. Trevor Barker of old.
Yeah, showing the Trevor Barker that we know from about 10 years ago. Jumping early on O'Keefe. Was set up perfectly there for Trevor Barker. And jumping early, we see all those good marks are taken when the player jumps early, gets a ride. And showing great form tonight, Trevor Barker. 2 tremendous marks so far early in this match.
It's a new haircut.
And he's done a lot of team things, knocking the ball on. He's looking very impressive. What a brilliant mark from directly in front. Barker pops it through for a goal.
Well, I've got 2 great full forwards sitting next to me, and they were both enraptured over that mark. And why shouldn't they be? A tremendous grab by former captain Trevor Barker. Winmar on fire. He got tripped up there. But the only way you'd stop that fellow.
He's got some pace, Pete.
Oh, can he go? Winmar looks for the spiral punt kick. Got a lot of height with it. 2 on 1, low almost. Williams. Reynoldson, left half back flank. We'll get around Stewart low. That's a better kick. There he is again. I don't know who's minding him. Winmar, centering kick by the champ. That's a strong grab by Winton, his second mark. He took the other one in the goal square.
So I think he's too small for Winton, Bernie.
He played a great game last week, Peter, on Gavin Exel of Geelong.
Exel was not in the side today.
Yeah, that's right, he was dropped. And Zanotti, his pace came to the fore last week. He played a tremendous game.
Winton, and he gets underneath that one. Like one of Greg Norman's 9 iron shots. Bowie, oh, nearly got a shirt front. Quick to get rid of the ball was Dargy, McIver, Harris. Bears defending desperately at the moment. Harris goes for the safety of the boundary line. Won't quite get there. There's Winmar again. Taps it down. Williams almost had his head taken off. Gastev looks for and finds Jeff Rains. You'll have to hurry to get around Hanley. He gets it on to Phillips and turn to Williams. Back to Phillips. This looks better from the Bears. Back to Williams again. And he's finally gone for the kick.
He's looking for Hardy propping and playing for the free kick. Well, he got it. Dean Weiss is wearing Brett Hardy like a glove. Now off he goes. He'll look up there for Kappa. Kappa flies at the back. Oh, what a good mark in front. Was it Lamb? Off to Fode. Gordon Fode. They're playing magnificent football, St Kilda in defence. The mark has been taken by Kennedy in the centre of the ground. Over to Merritt. Merritt further afield to Leslie, then back to Merritt, but again they're rebounding the Saints as it's shuffled out to Fode. Over the top to Mick Dwyer. Daniels wide, beautiful backing up. Peter Russo still going in after Michael Richardson, takes it away from him. Richardson straightens up on the left foot, brings it back to half forward. Hardy in front, can't take the mark. Backing up is Robert Alphonston. They're playing champagne football in defence, St Kilda. This is Harding. Beautiful backing up. Dargy to half forward. A poor kick finds Gastev.
Gastev, former West Coast Eagles player, to Jeff Rains. Bears are breaking down badly at half forward. Kappa still flying from the back against Danny Frawley. He won't win too many that way. And this is finally Harris. And a mark to O'Brien. No, says the umpire. Bears fans not too happy about it. Hardy. Centering kick is effective, and the good mark is taken by O'Sullivan.
Martin Leslie's been replaced by Andrew Taylor.
Now Bears badly need this one. It's not going to be a goal. Taylor flying from behind, let one go, and it's on. Oh.
Well, that was unnecessary there from Andrew Taylor.
I wonder if the book will come out.
Well, Danny Frawley wasn't too happy about the treatment handed out. Rightly slow. Rightly so, because really that was ridiculous play.
Book is coming out, is it not? It looks like it.
There he is. He swung a couple there, Andrew Taylor at Robert Alphonston. Danny Frawley became involved, and maybe he's a player that's been reported.
Well, I think it's unjust, well, if he has been, because he was, well, he was still a little bit silly himself, but Taylor certainly started it.
We can't show you any more of that because the book has come out. So you'll have to make up your own minds as to what transpired in that little skirmish.
They're not reversing it, surely, are they? That is unjust.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Well, obviously the player reported is Danny Frawley.
Well, I reckon that is a joke to reverse that.
But Peter, how many times do we see the retaliator get caught?
Oh, but
It happens though, doesn't it?
You've got to use your nous when you're umpiring in those situations.
To goal.
Well, I don't suppose you can question Taylor's tactic. It's worked out okay for the Bears. And maybe he was put on the ground to liven up things a little bit, but that mark from Robert Elphinston, and Taylor really had a couple of swings at him, and the St Kilda players have retaliated, as rightly so. They should. They stood up for Robert Elphinston, and I think the free kick would have been played against Danny Frawley, and maybe he's been reported as well.
I'd say certainly.
Well, we won't know details of that until a little bit later on. He just come under the ground, Taylor, and has finished up with a goal. O'Brien has the other one, and Hardy the other for the Bears. Barker and Winton, goal kickers for St Kilda. It's a new ball. 41 seconds left in the opening term, so plenty of fire out there at the moment. Dwyer, beautifully done. Long kick. Winton, one hand to it, couldn't complete the mark. Ball shuffled out of bounds.
Going to play deliberate.
He is. Pretty fair angle down there. Going to Trevor Barker, the free kick.
Well, it was deliberate.
Now will we go for the banana kick? Or run around, and the banana kick. And he hasn't executed it particularly well. Still might be a chance for St Kilda score. Richardson, a very hurried hand pass.
Tell you what, it's a fiery game.
I'll say it is. Coughlin. It's a boundary throw in, only seconds left.
Well, right beside the behind post. I don't think they'll have time. Oh, beautifully tapped over the Bowie. There's the siren to end an eventful first quarter here at Carrara. 19 points apiece. St Kilda should be a mile in front. 2-7.
And now let's take a look at up-and-coming events on the Australian Television Network. Yes, Jeff Rain's playing a particularly good quarter. Bernie Quinlan, how did you see the opening term?
Yes, Peter, well, I thought St Kilda were by far the better side, and that showed on the scoreboard, having 9 shots to 4, but they just couldn't convert. They ran the ball particularly well out of the back line, and I thought the Brisbane Bears, with their 2 key forwards, Kappa and O'Brien, put completely out of business. I think Warwick Kappa just has to have a look at his game again, Peter, because he has not been leading. He's been trying to mark from behind, and that's just not possible against a player of Danny Frawley's calibre. So that was a very good competitive first quarter, and both sides playing with plenty of spirit.
Second term from Carrara, scores dead level in the second of 3 night games here on the Gold Coast. Knocked down by Roger Merritt, although Harding's had the better of the duel in the ruck so far. Merritt was grabbed when he didn't have the ball there, but Winmark comes out with it for St Kilda. And Coughlin gets the mark and or free kick after Phillips was running at him. Oh, Barker again. Got the climb. The clock's taking me back about 10 years to vintage Trevor Barker, Peter.
Well, he's got such spring in the legs still, and he's getting towards the end of his career after all those injuries, Bernie.
Yes, this is the Trevor Barker of old tonight, holding those marks, flying early.
A top mark in the first quarter. Really is one of the best we've seen this year. Nicky Winmar would have been proud of that one. It's a goal.
And Trevor Barker kicks his second goal, filling in at full forward for the injured Tony Lockett, receiving a bit of treatment there from O'Keefe. He's not particularly happy. I don't know what he's got to be upset about, because it was a decent mark by Trevor Barker. There was no interference. And that's a couple of times that Barker's has taken big screamers over the top of him. He's not appreciating it.
He'll probably have his picture in the paper in the morning, Bernie, but he won't like it, will he?
Well, Trevor did everything right. I didn't. Just took a brilliant mark and kicked a great goal.
2 goals to Trevor Barker. St Kilda now leading 25-19 here at Carrara.
Well, it's a pretty willing game. There's Merritt, who jumps straight into Harding. It's a great contest going on there at the centre bounces, and this is a pretty good game of football. And rightly so, Bernie, that the Saints lead. But most of the play, the 2 umpires, Brendan Carland and umpire Trezise. There's Merritt hooking it down with the left hand. Here's David Bain swooping on it. He's gone short. The lead is on. Oh, it's tapped away over the back. Here's a chance for Cameron O'Brien on the left foot. Slams it through. A brilliant goal. Well, again, the scores are level. 3-7 the Saints. The Bears on 4-1.
And the Bears go into attack again. Capper and Frawley. Frawley's beating pointless so far. Harris gets around Elphinston. Back to Taylor, who was in the thick of things late in the first term. Good pass to Williams, who marks right on 50. Now Mark Williams. Can he get the distance? It'll be close. He's given it a pretty good hoik. Up high was O'Brien again. It's off the hands and rushed for one behind. And so the Bears lead by that margin, 4-2 to 3-7.
Took a long time getting rid of that Mark Williams, especially when he's kicking from around about the 50-metre mark. He's not a long kick. He may have been better served getting rid of the ball a lot quicker.
Danny Frawley to the outer side. The target was Grant. Oh, it's 3-on-1 out there. St Kilda must win through weight of numbers. Daniels, who started well in the first quarter, throws himself in. In fact, there's about 4 or 5 players there as well, and the only option is a bounce, which is at the right half-forward flank for the Brisbane Bears. There's a familiar face, Huey Mitchell, former Bomber champ, now living up here on the Gold Coast. Elphinston, back to Daniels, on his own, and that was one of the traits of Huey Mitchell. He could get on his own easier than any other player I've ever seen. Reynoldsson to Williams at half-forward. A beautiful balk. He got around 2 players, gets clear of Handley, goes long into the square. Hardy, Capper, over his shoulder, won't quite make the distance. And the ball was brought away for St Kilda by Lamb. Up to Winmar. Winmar at the right half-back flank. He's looking for and found Dwyer. Sits beautifully for him, right on the interchange area. Short pass, and Stuart Lowe doesn't let him down. Goes for the hand pass. On to Barker. Oh, that was high. And Trevor Barker will take the free kick. Playing well, Barker. Great to see. Not too much doubt about that. A very crude tackle applied by Kennedy. The mark in the meantime has been taken by Bowie. And Bowie is in front of the small scoreboard here at Carrara, but in a fairly deep pocket. Not a bad sort of a kick to goal. First goal for St Kilda, 31 to 26 at Carrara in favour of the Saints.
Saints lead by 5 points. Grant taking his place at the centre bounce is an interesting move. Been in fine form in recent weeks. David Grant can play just about anywhere on the field. Number 6 for the Saints. Merritt taps it down towards Bain. It's on centre wing. Elphinston playing pretty well. Robert Elphinston towards half-forward. Nice mark taken there by Reynoldsson. Pitted tonight against Stuart Lowe. There's Andrew Taylor taking a great mark in the centre of the ground. Now he wants to play on. He's gone for the hand pass across to Scott McIver. McIver to Rains. Can't get there. Frawley, brilliant. Runs away from Capper. That was brilliant play, Frawley. To Bowie. Kennedy beats him to it. Michael Kennedy has gone short. Oh, he takes some mark. Good play by Reynoldsson at half-back. Over to McIver. He's caught. Quick hand pass finds Taylor. He's gone 20 metres backwards to Kennedy. And Kennedy short to the centre of the ground, and he finds Michael Richardson. Richardson's got Merritt out wide, but he's covered. Now he elects to go with a daisy cutter pass, and he finds Jeffrey Rains. Now, Rains will nearly put this into the goal square. No, he elects to go for the shorter one, punched away by Lamb. Here's David Bain, a hand pass to Hardy. Hardy, a hand pass over the top. Mark Williams runs into a brick wall, just gets his hand to it. And Frawley shepherds the ball through for a behind to the Brisbane Bears. Capper, has he had a kick yet?
He's had the one kick.
He's had one kick.
It fell short of goal, but notice Peter, he led out on the other side there, but when the ball got in somewhere near him, he stopped and allowed Frawley to just chip in and run away with it.
This is Jamie Lamb bringing it up to Rice. Rice from half-back is caught, brought to ground by Hardy. Good tackle. This allows Michael Richardson to come in after it. The umpire will say this tackle was too high against Robert Elphinston, and Michael Richardson will take this kick for goal from 40 metres directly in front.
As we see Richardson slipping here, Elphinston really going over the top of him. Not much in that free kick.
Well, Mike Richardson, formerly of Collingwood, and of course Essendon, chance to put the Bears in front. Kicking for his first goal of the night. Nice looking drop punt straight through the middle.
33 to 31 in favour of the Bears now, although St Kilda have had much of the play. Merritt's kick is short out of the centre. Elphinston, high tackle. He'll be free kicked.
Martin Leslie at full forward and Capper off the ground, Peter.
I don't think that would surprise too many, Bernie. Frawley's been absolutely unbeatable down there at the back of the pack. Jeff Rains playing a ripper game for the Bears. On to Kennedy, who started in a long sleeve jersey. His pass intended for Gastev, or Leslie it was. This is Bain. Oh, dragged down beautifully. Magnificent tackle. Hardy. Flung. Elphinston. Bain applies the tackle. He breaks it easily. Short pass. Ill-directed over the head of Dargy. The Saints through Russo. Onto Winmar. Winmar at the centre circle. Might be against O'Keefe. Winton. Kick number 3. Low in front. He's got a strong pair of hands. Couldn't quite drag it down. Bowie. Oh, it gets collared. Free kick on the shoulder. Must be. He's a goer.
What a sensational tackle before by Harding, Bernie.
Well, he showed amazing pace, Paul Harding. I didn't realise he was that quick. There's a free kick.
2 of them.
No doubt about it. But as you say, Harding, not a player noted for his pace, picking up one of the Brisbane Bears' quickest players.
Well, he saved a certain goal.
Definitely.
This should be the same, a certain goal. Oh, have to wait on the goal umpire. It's a goal.
And that's Bowie's second goal in this quarter. But St Kilda doing a lot of the hard work. And as you mentioned, Peter, that great tackle there by Harding. Here's the free kick again. A high tackle, then a push in the back against Bowie.
It wouldn't be hard to tackle young Bowie high.
No, he's not over tall, is he?
2 goals to Barker, 2 to Bowie. As Capper sits the bench. And O'Brien has 2 for the Bears. We're back into the centre in the second quarter, 5-7 to 5-3 in favour of the visitors. 16.5 minutes left in this term. Merritt with Harding. They've had a great battle so far. Handley gets grabbed. Did he have the ball? And it's going to be a ball up just outside the circle.
Well, getting back to Capper, it's a free kick actually, but he's stiff to come back and meet up with Danny Frawley in his comeback game.
One of the best in the business. McIver out to Gastev. Didn't see Nicky Winmar. He's having a pretty good game as well. Drag, did he have it? Umpire says no. Free kick to Winmar.
So he can play.
Terrible hand pass. Terrible hand pass by Gastev, though. It was covered by Winmar.
Winmar's kick to half forward flank. Rains, dragged down high. Could have got a free kick, so likewise could have Gastev. Umpire says play on. But we will have a whistle just outside the 50-metre line. Under 16 minutes now left in the term. Good tackle applied by Winmar. And last to get up. So it's Harris. Nicky Winmar has the free kick. Winmar. A wobbly punt kick. Doesn't get too much distance with the ball. Gastev this time does get boot to ball quickly, but it's not a well-directed kick. It goes straight out to Coghlan. Late tackle by Rains. In comes Taylor. Russo gets rid of it back to Elphinston. Elphinston's gone out wide with the pass, and he's found Dwyer. Yes, he has. In front of Phillips. Dwyer decides to play on after the juggle, and Kennedy takes an uncontested mark on the back line.
Yeah, bad play that by Mick Dwyer. Poorly directed kick to the forward line. And although Trevor Barker's playing well, I could certainly do with Tony Lockett up there as well in tandem. That's Andrew Taylor taking a nice mark. Hand pass across to Kennedy. Michael Kennedy, beautiful pass to Reynoldsson, centre of the ground. This is danger for St Kilda because they've got a loose man going. Reynoldsson wide. Hardy and Dean Rice. He's doing a great job on Hardy, Dean Rice. Winmar is playing a brilliant game. So is Harding. Harding to half forward, low underneath this one. This is Bowie against Kennedy. Let's see who'll end up with it. Oh, good tackle by Bowie. Barker in, chasing hard. Zanotti for Academy Award performance. I don't know whether that was... What do you think, Bernie?
Touch, Peter.
I don't think he was. I thought he took a dive, Zanotti. But he certainly did it well. Mark Zanotti on Trevor Barker. He's gone short. Finds O'Sullivan and half-back flank. O'Sullivan straight across to Taylor. Taylor didn't gain anything in distance. Taylor, a long driving drop punt, a 55-metre one to half forward, punched away by Jamie Lamb. Brenton Phillips, beautiful tackle by Nathan Burke. And St Kilda's tackling tonight has been exceptional.
Burke out wide. to Russo. And Russo getting plenty of distance with that kick as well. There's a free kick for interference. It'll be taken by Winton.
Against David O'Keefe. Running with the flight of the ball. Interfered with Brian Winton.
Well, Brian Winton, permanent forward pocket, or wherever he's playing down there. He's taken a couple of marks.
Let's have a look at that again. O'Keefe with his hands up. And never looked at the ball on one occasion there.
Winton, shot at goal, is good, his second. Brian Winton, the third St Kilda player to score 2 goals tonight, and the St Kilda side leads by 10 points. McIver out of the centre after the tackle from Grant was ineffective. Knocked away by Lamb, albeit not very far. Banfield tries to get clear. A short kick is picked up by Fode on the back line. A hurried hand pass. He's almost pinned. It does fall to Frawley, and St Kilda gets clear. Frawley playing a great game to Winmar.
And Nicky Winmar's in absolutely everything. They'll really have to man him up shortly. Got a pretty free rein as he goes to centre of the ground. Mick Dwyer, good skills. He's gone wide. Barker against Zanotti. Let's see who wins out. Zanotti with a bit of pace. He's gone to ground again, but I think the free kick now. I wonder if the umpire reversed that, because Barker was crunched after that. There's Bowie and Kenny Sheldon. He'll be itching to get onto the ground. Mick Kennedy. Centre of the ground is Merritt. Oof, nearly had his head taken off there. Roger Merritt having an interesting duel with Harding. I'd say Harding definitely on top. Lamb and Taylor. The loose ball is with Leslie over to Michael Richardson. He went to ground. Umpire didn't fall for that one. Brendan Carlin, and he will come in and bounce it at half forward for the Bears. The Bears trail by 10 points. Reynoldsson taps that one down. Winmar has been brilliant. This time he loses it to O'Sullivan. Cleverly across to Peter Banfield. Banfield to Hardy. Rice is on top of him. Frawley goes in to lend a hand, and now umpire Brendan Carlin will come in and bounce it. Now, is that Frawley holding his head?
It is indeed.
Well, we thought he had his number taken in that first quarter, so Danny might have to front the tribunal again. I think he was out earlier in the year. There's O'Brien doing the ruck work. He's got it. A quick kick on the left foot by Cameron O'Brien across the face. And it beats Robert Elphinston over the line, deep in that forward pocket for the Bears.
Well, I badly need a goal here, trailing by 33 to 43 at the moment. Harding. Williams gets the hand pass out. Snapshot by Bain is off target. One behind. 9 points the difference. 11.5 minutes left in the quarter.
Sorry, Peter, a little bit fortunate there, St Kilda, because a very dangerous play. Tactics playing it into the goal square, and they had a couple of opportunities to knock it through, and they didn't.
They all looked at each other.
Good mark taken by Lamb from the kick in by Frawley. And here's the best man on the ground, in my opinion, Nicky Winmar. He's certainly done some spectacular things, as he normally does. Winton couldn't quite complete the mark. O'Keefe out of defence with a wobbly punt kick. This is Daniels, spins out, looks for Handley, who's kicked 3 behind so far. Phillips in pursuit, taps it past Dwyer, socket away by Kennedy. Kennedy at the right half-back flank. Picks out a man, he's gone inboard. At the fall of the ball is Richardson. The ball finally booted clear for St Kilda by Coughlin. St Kilda coming down through weight of numbers, but it's Rains from Merritt to Bain. He'll be caught, and that's a beautiful tackle by Dargy. Winmar, long shot, will go close. Might have been just touched, or it hit the post. So another behind.
Well, surely, Bernie, they've got a man up on Winmar. He's cutting them to pieces.
Oh, I see. Even now he's standing by himself, Peter. He doesn't seem to have an opponent.
No one near him for 30 metres, Nicky Winmar. No. I can't believe that. He's just dominating the whole game.
O'Keefe to bring the ball back. We've got just over 10 minutes left in this quarter, and I see Murray Ablett speaking to Kenny Sheldon on the boundary line, so Sheldon might be coming on pretty shortly as Phillips has the mark.
Brenton Phillips has gone across the ground. He's got a loose man out there in Kennedy. Kennedy to the other blonde bombshell in the side in Taylor. Now playing for the free kick was Russo. Cleverly done by Andrew Taylor. That was good play. Back to Kennedy. Towards half forward, this is Banfield coming out to take a strong mark in front of Gordon Fode. Off he goes. Hand pass to Jeffrey Rains. He can't pick it up. It was a Ordinary hand pass. Frank Coglan crashing his way through the centre of the ground. Oh, Foad is collected, but he gets up a tough effort. O'Sullivan over to Banfield. Banfield long to the pocket. Martin Leslie out in front of Frawley. You know he's been playing a game, playing on Danny Frawley. Frawley in on top of it. Oh, Jamie Lamb. Beautiful defensive play by St Kilda. Russo to Daniels. Oh, ordinary hand pass, that one by Jason Daniels, but Russo's got time to pop it onto the left foot. And he finds a man there in Mick Dwyer. Back to Daniels. Let's see what he does with this kick. That's a better one. Kenny Sheldon on the ground's taken the mark in the centre of the ground. Now, Winmar again on his own. And he marks. Now, they've got to do something, surely.
Well, you would think so. He's having a field day, isn't he? Or field night.
I think Scott McIver is the player that is picking up Nicky Winmar. There's a good strong mark by Winmar, and he copped it there from Mark Zanotti.
Sheldon towards full forward. Now, someone was pushed out. A Bears player, I would think.
O'Keefe.
And it's O'Keefe to take the kick.
His handy went off the ground when Sheldon came on.
Winmar still in the hands of the trainers, Pete.
He landed heavily with the ball. Zanotti, whether it was the bump or landing heavily, I don't know. We might find out shortly. Sheldon, has he got the mark? I don't think so. Gastiff making sure he didn't go anywhere. Yes, I think he landed on the ball.
I thought he got kneed in the back, actually.
Well, he got that too. He might be sore on both sides. Let's hope he's okay. He's a champ.
Bowie's doing a bit of coaching from the boundary line.
Reynoldsson. Dargy. Sheldon. Sheldon at half forward. Goes for the centering kick. Two Bears players are there. McIver chips into front of Barker to mark. Back to Kennedy. This is O'Sullivan. Winton bearing down on him. He gets a play on order from the umpire. O'Keefe. Low in the back of his opponent. And that'll be a free kick to Roger Merritt. Merritt from centre wing. Drop punt to half forward. Little fella down there, Bain knocked it down, but Daniels has done everything right in defence tonight. On to Dwyer, having a good quarter. Dwyer, long kick and direct, but O'Keefe is on the road for the Brisbane Bears. Calling for it as Gastev. And Gastev will take the mark just in front of the boundary line. Just inside the boundary line as Kappa stands the boundary again, preparing to come back on. Hasn't really bothered the statistician so far tonight. Leslie, mark, free kick, whatever. Martin Leslie missed a lot of the season through a shoulder injury. In fact, many up here thought he might miss the entire season. O'Brien was the big flyer. O'Sullivan at the fall of the ball, reads it well. Here's forward line fairly open. Taylor tries to go up one-handed. Lamb putting plenty of pressure on him. Got a bit of treatment there. That had been the square up for an incident in the first quarter. Now there's Winmar on the boundary line. As I said, feeling pretty sore.
In the back, right in the centre of the back, he copped that knee.
And Bill McDonald might have some news for us on Nicky in just a few moments. Harding spins out, gives it to Russo. Russo at the right half-back flank, up towards centre wing.
Stuart Lowe hasn't taken many marks tonight, but he gives that one across to Grant. He ran about 30 metres. Over to Russo, was down after he kicked it. To half forward, a big leap is by Gastev. Over to Zanotti. Two of the former West Coast Eagles combining. Zanotti through centre half back, has gone short to Bain, another West Australian. Bain to Scotty McIver, back to Bain. Now, he's in all sorts of trouble here, David Bain. A hurry kick straight in the hands of Dargy. Now, Dargy wanted the hand pass, but now he elects to kick wide. Kenny Sheldon against Gastev. Oh, brilliant mark by Sheldon. Hugged it to his chest up high. Kenny Sheldon played most of his football with St Kilda in the back pocket. Playing up around the centre of the ground at the moment as the quick kick comes out wide. This is Nathan Burke. Good play by Burke, looking for Bowie. Will it sit for him? He's got it. David Grant calling for the hand pass. Bowie elects to kick on the left foot. He's got a man there in Dwyer. And Dwyer marks right in front of goal, and I think this will be a certainty, Bernie.
Yes, I think we can put down the glasses, I think, Peter, because Mick Dwyer's only having a shot from about 2 metres out.
Going to put him on a fair angle, though, isn't he?
Well, he's sending him round 45-degree angle. He shouldn't miss from there. Mick Dwyer a chance to put them 16 points in front. St Kilda, and they're playing very good football. Mick Dwyer kicks and goals.
of 34, 16-point advantage to St Kilda. Should have been further ahead though in the first quarter. This is Dargy. He'll probably come out of the game with the nickname Horry. It's Elphinston at right centre wing. One of the veterans in the Saint side, up towards the half-forward line. This is Gastev again. Not a particularly good kick. Nathan Burke spins out of trouble and into it. Sheldon, ball slews off the side of his boot. He's done well since he came on, and the mark has been taken by Dwyer, who kicked the last goal. In towards full forward, McIver around Bowie, gets it past Gastev. Now clean bowls Phillips. Let's go down to Bill McDonald on the boundary line. Bill, what's the situation with Winmar?
Peter, Nicky Winmar copped a fairly heavy knee in the back, and I think he's just knocked the stuffing out of him there. The doctors have done a few tests on him on the sideline. A little bit of bruising come out of it, but he shouldn't be too bad. Back into the game pretty soon.
Well, that's great news for St Kilda, because he was best on the ground, playing a ripper game. Now this is Richardson. It's around Daniels. Only just the ball very close to the boundary line. Dargy and Bain going forward. Dargy gets there first, scoops it back, tries to find Russo, does so. A high kick by Russo. Up towards half forward, Phillips in front. Actually almost got held. It's Rains out well with the ball to Richardson. Two of football's nomads. And Fode took a pretty hefty knock from Roger Merritt earlier, but he rode the bump well. Fode from centre field. Up to half forward or low. Free kick on the shoulder, not paid by the umpire. Hardy has been fairly quiet. Kicked a goal earlier for the Bears. Onto Merritt. Then turned to Williams. We haven't seen too much of him either. Mark Williams. Direct shot. Dell. That's a great mark. Dragged in by O'Brien, who kicked a delightful snap goal for Brisbane in the first quarter. That's a good kick distance-wise. At the back, out at the front is Kappa. Frawley has beaten him pointless, though. He might get a free kick here, Kappa. He was certainly dragged when he didn't have the ball. That's going to be a bounce as Paul Feltham goes for the phone. Coaching's not easy. Ask Peter Knights. Harding. Hardy. Ball still in play.
Well, they've got to get a lot more out of Hardy, Bernie.
Been quiet, hasn't he?
Well, their forward line's just not functioning at all, really, is it, Peter? Well, apart from O'Brien, who's taken a couple of marks, the others have not been sighted.
Well, here's a chance for O'Brien as he hooks it across his body in front of goal. Jamie Lamb played pretty well. All that St Kilda defence has played well. This is Reynoldsson hooking it back in front of goal. Kappa in the centre of the pack flies. Couldn't take the mark. Richardson, a quick kick. Dean Rice has marked in that last line of defence, and that back line has been great. Rice, Frawley, Elphinston, Fode. They've all done particularly well. There's David Bain, and there's that tackling again that allows Fode to come through the back line. A poor kick finds Merritt. Merritt for the Brisbane Bears brings it to half forward. Here's a chance for a mark. Fisted away by Elphinston, playing well. A quick kick back towards Nathan Burke. Oh, Fode nearly collected again. And he goes after Gordon Fode. Good play. Tremendous play by Fode to Sheldon. He's gone wide to Russo, who just takes his time and pops it up in front of Coughlin, who can't get there. Brenton Phillips takes the mark and kicks wide. Lamb punches it away. Richardson to Mark Williams, to Rains now. Rains might play on here. Yes, he's off from the boundary line. Jeffrey Rains sets sail for goal. Kappa is the fly, but Rains, I think, has popped it through. He has.
Great shot. His third goal this quarter and the first for Jeff Rains. They still trail by 10 points, though, as Hardy boots them into attack again, up over the centre square. And a fine mark taken by Harris. That might be close to 50 metres. He decides to play on. Taylor. O'Sullivan, 15 metres out, shoots, and has goal.
So Chris O'Sullivan kicks his first goal, and the Bears kicking a couple of badly needed goals towards the end of this second quarter. They've struggled right throughout the quarter. St Kilda have been well on top. Taylor quick with a hand pass. O'Sullivan running into goal under no pressure at all from the St Kilda defence, which has been magnificent all night right up until that stage.
Handley comes back on.
No wonder Gordon Fode's gone off, Pete.
Oh, he's copped a few, hasn't he?
He looks pretty sore too.
Pretty courageous play. We've shown Roger Merritt cleaned him up first. McIver, I think he was the one that got him second. I'm not quite sure about that, but I think it was. Bears again into attack, and this is Rice. He's played a tremendous game down there in defence, but as Peter mentioned before, the whole defence unit has been very tightly knit. Handley's kick up towards centre wing, picked up by Gastev. Hurried hand pass to McIver. Back and turn to Reynolds. So this is looking better from the Bears. Gastev down towards left half forward, and a strong mark has been taken by Harris. Minus the 3. There's the siren. Oh, he just heard it in time. Now Jeff Raines, I'd say, would be a chance. What are the kicking skills like of Harris, Bernie?
Well, he is a very good kick, Bernie Harris. I think the distance may worry him. His accuracy probably won't worry him, but he'll be kicking from just inside the 50-metre line, and I doubt if he'll make the distance from there.
A goal here would put the Bears in front. It won't be a goal, and in fact it won't be a score, and so at half-time St Kilda lead, but by less than a kick. 7-8-50 to 7-4-46. Right, pretty interesting quarter of football. We said at the start of the game it was going to be close. It certainly turned out that way so far.
Well, certainly St Kilda have been the better side in general play and should be further in front, but I think Winmar going off in that last 6 minutes of play made an enormous difference to this game, because the Bears were able to rattle on a couple of goals, and now they only trail by 4 points. The St Kilda defence has been great. They've been well on top of
players taking up their positions. How did you see the game to half-time, Bernie Quinlan?
Well, it is very even, Peter. There's no doubt about that. On the scoreboard, only 4 points separating the two sides. I think St Kilda have been the better side. They've had most of the play, but they just haven't been able to put the score on the board. In that second quarter, they kicked 5 goals 1, and the Bears 4 goals 3. And I think both sides have really struggled when they've got the ball up forward, especially Kappa, who hasn't played well. He's on the bench again at the start of this second half. And also Brad Hardy, who hasn't done much.
Let's go to Bill McDonald. What have you got for us on the boundary, Bill?
Thank you, Peter. Well, obviously, both coaches at half-time confident they can win this match. The game plan from both teams, well, the Bears move the ball quicker and move it to their forwards a lot more. They're trying to shuffle their forwards around to create an element of confusion out there. I'm not sure if it's working. They're going to keep trying to employ that and kick long and just improve the work rate a bit. And that was the main message in the St Kilda dressing room: improve the work rate. And Nicky Winmar and Gordon Fade back on after injuries in the second quarter.
Bain to Rice to Winmar. And that's good news for St Kilda. Winmar from the right half-back flank looks for and finds Grant, who takes the mark on the run. St Kilda starting with a lot of purpose early in the third quarter. Low, very close to the boundary line. Did he keep it in play? I don't think so. The whistle was there, and it will be a boundary throw-in at the Saints' right half-forward flank. Low yet to kick a goal for the Saints. They have 3 players, though, that have kicked 2. Including Trevor Barker, who's been in fine form. There he is again. That one's out of bounds on the full, though. And the free kick will be taken by O'Keefe. He's been vigorous in defence. O'Keefe adjacent to the behind post, back pocket. Knocked down by Harding. Onto Sheldon, who started on the bench. Hooks the ball, tried to find Winton. Kennedy should get there first. And does so through some pretty heavy traffic. Long to Raines, to Williams, who's been fairly quiet. Past Cogden, long kick straight down the ground. Taylor, fine grab. Thought about the hand pass, now decides to play on. Hardy. Rice has done a great job on him. Bain, support for the Bears, and in fact looking for the free kick. And well played by Bain. Excellently played. Frawley. Daniels. And he's played well. Over to Lamb. From the defensive 50-metre line, it's over the head of Phillips, but the ball may sit kindly for the Bears. It does. Picked up by Kennedy, and Kennedy with a long clearing kick.
Good play by Michael Kennedy. This man's played a terrific game, Jason Daniels, and he's kicked a lot better tonight than he normally does. Oh, mark dropped Low's not taking his marks tonight. That was Merritt getting it to Raines. Booming kick as usual from Raines. Taylor in front, can't take the mark. A strong defence. Oh, that's a free kick. Must be to St Kilda. Handley. Oh.
Had the ball put here. His tackle, that's fair.
The ball was 5 metres away, but nevertheless it's at half back. It's kicked off the ground towards the Bears' goal. Lamb's brought down the ground. Umpire calls play on. This is Mark Williams. Williams fires a goal. Frawley at the back. I think it's through. It's a goal.
52 to 50. The Bears hit the front after that goal by Mark Williams, his first for the night. Winmar out of the centre, just gains control, playing a brilliant game as Winmar, up towards Barker. At the back is Zanotti. He might have to go across goal. Ineffective kick, but 3 Bears players are there. Reynoldson to Williams to Rains, who'll probably go long. No, the hand pass onto Bain, onto Phillips. A promising setup by the Bears. They've been breaking down though at half forward. Out comes O'Brien, applies an excellent tackle, comes up with the ball, but a bad hand pass. Lets down the good work. Lamb, Harding, onto Russo. Russo inside the square, gets around his opposite number 8 in Richardson, feeds it to Harding, the 2 former Hawks combining. A long kick by Harding, up inside 50. Winton takes front position, throws the ball out. Dwyer could have got a free kick for a high tackle. I don't think the umpire saw it, Peter.
Straight around the neck. John McDwyer, the Daryl Baldock, he's having a munch on something.
Be an Aspro. Coaches need them these days. Richardson can't get clear. St Kilda's tackling tonight has been excellent. O'Keefe, short kick into some open space near the centre wing position, picked up beautifully by O'Sullivan, but a fine smother. Pretty hard to get clear tonight, and Winmar cops another one right in the face. It's not Winmar, it's Danny Frawley. Well, he's been in the wars as well, and we believe may have had his number taken during the second quarter in a skirmish with Taylor. Harding doing well on the ruck. Richardson picks up the crumbs well, hooks it across his body up towards the right half forward flank. Taylor at the back, grabbed Elphinston when he didn't have the ball, and the St veteran will take an obvious free kick.
Robert Elphinston doing a good job down there in defence. Oh, it's an ordinary kick. Straight to Gastev. They're not using the ball well, St Kilda down towards the forwards. This is Brenton Phillips bringing it up to the forward line. Jamie Lamb trying particularly hard. Over to Winmar, again unmarked. One bounce. Coming down centre wing. Mick Dwyer at the back has taken a nice mark. Now, let's see if he uses the ball a little bit better this time. Now, the lead is on. Now, Lowe should mark this at the back. Oh, no, he's not in form, Stuart Lowe. And a good mark coming over the top by Mark Zanotti. There's Chris O'Sullivan in trouble.
Replaced by Banfield, Peter.
Well, Mark Williams at half-back, the Bears picking up their game. A clever kick back to Richardson. Oh, that's a hospital one, that one. Kenny Sheldon hooks it back to Harding. Harding cleverly to Peter Russo, the 2 former Hawks combining. Over to Jason Daniels. Oh, funny looking kick to Mick Dwyer. Quick hand pass back to Russo. Russo at half forward. Back to Daniels. Daniels, a hand pass over the top. Kenny Sheldon onto the left foot, hooks it back in front of goal. Here's a chance for Bowie, hooking it back over his head. Screws it back and has put it through for a behind.
Well, they messed around with it far too much there, St Kilda, taking the ball into their forward line. There's a Brisbane Bears player, I think it's O'Sullivan, with looks like a knee injury. So I don't think he'll be back on the ground.
Well, the Bears lead by a point, and as you said, Bernie, not a lot of system up there on that forward line as Reynoldson flies at half back. Grant cleverly over the top. Here's Winton for goal number 3. Crashes his way through from 25 metres, has kicked a shocker and has just sneaked it through for yet another behind of the Saints.
Scores dead level again as they were at quarter time when it was 19 apiece. The Saints led by 4 points at half time, and we're now into the third quarter with 18.5 minutes left. This is O'Keefe. Daniels in front. Gastev. He's got a good pair of hands, Gastev. And of course had a fine debut with the Bears, kicking 7 goals this season after transferring from the West Coast Eagles. Taylor, likewise a good mark at centre field. O'Brien. Lamb not too happy with himself, but Bernie, good use of the body, and he got the front position.
Yes, good use of the body there by O'Brien, and a very big body it is too. He's a big boy. Played well last week, just didn't kick straight. Takes a good grab and probably the best bet at full forward.
45 metres out. Kick looks pretty straight from here. The fans behind the goal like it. It's 4 points.
Horse racing.
To Cameron O'Brien, and the Bears now leading by 6 points. Sheldon, a fresh air shot. Gastev tries to get the ball clear. Not successful. The umpire has found a free kick. It's going the Bears' way at centre field.
John Gastev is the recipient. He's gone short to Rains. Rains, a long kick again towards half forward. Taylor sets himself for the mark. Martin Leslie's there also. Frawley brought to ground. Did he have it? Umpire calls play on as we see Reynoldsson going in after it close to the boundary line. Quick hand pass. Finds Leslie. Leslie to half forward. Winmar. A clever little hand pass. Looking for Grant. This is Nathan Burke. Bringing it to the centre of the ground. Merritt. Oh, he's the only one who really went for it then, Roger Merritt. Gastev. Looking for Mark Williams. Winmar, the flyer at the back, couldn't take it. This allows Mike Richardson to grab it. Richardson at half forward, tackled by Russo. The ball comes loose towards Mark Williams. Williams onto the left foot for his second shot at goal on the left. Kicks, and he's put it through, I think. Yes, top goal.
There's two brilliant goals by Williams in this third quarter on the left foot. And the Brisbane Bears starting to get a little bit of system into their play, moving the ball in that forward line. Some of their more experienced players combining there. Mike Richardson caught in the tackle, but here's the skills of Mark Williams on the left foot. Steadies from about 45 metres out, and a great goal on the left foot again.
2 goals to Mark Williams. The Bears getting mobile on the forward line. Somebody who's not mobile is O'Sullivan. Bill McDonald, what's the problem with him?
Chris O'Sullivan, it looks like, has wrenched his left knee out there. He said he fell down and heard it crunch and not making a lot of movement at the moment. Unlikely he'll take any further part in the match. It looks pretty serious.
Bain from Rains. Frawley in the road again, isn't he, always? On to Rice. And the 2 redheads down there have done well. Frawley, Rice rather than Daniels. This is Gastev, who's come into the play a bit in the third quarter, but has conceded a free kick here.
For fending off the tackle, Peter, he raised the arm, and the free kick had to be paid to St Kilda.
Coughlin's kick. 2-on-1 in favour of the Bears. Phillips couldn't take the grab. This is Bowie. Very neat sidestep. Barker. A low mark, and he took a couple of screamers. They were about 1979, earlier in the game. I'm sure one in particular will come into contention for our Holden Mark of the Week, maybe even further honours. Trevor Barker, 50 metres out, former captain. Gee, that's not bad. It's a goal.
Goals!
The leading goal kickers in the match to date. Now Gastev this time gets the Bears clear. Looks for Taylor. Frawley in pursuit. Frawley gets there first. Relays it and turn to Burke. Here they come again.
That St Kilda defence has been excellent. Mick Dwyer is the flyer at half forward this time. McIver trying to hook it back. Mick Dwyer in after it again. He's got it. He's a very clever player, Dwyer. Towards Sheldon. Sheldon trying to hook it back. The mark has been taken by Brenton Phillips. Right deep in that back pocket. Former Essendon player. Brings it to half-back and finds Mark Williams. They really are playing better football now, the Bears. Williams looking for Taylor. Punched away by Frawley, who's been moved out onto Taylor. Over it goes to Banfield. The short one is on to Hardy. Hardy's been beaten tonight by Dean Rice. Oh, great play by Rice. As Hardy threw that one away. Terrific defensive play. Allows Jamie Lamb. Well done by Dean Rice. Brilliant football. This is Daniels coming through half-back. 3 bounces. Oh, ran a mile. And then elects to kick it to half forward. Sheldon caught behind, punches it away cleverly. Winmar has got it. The brilliant Winmar heads for goal with a long booming drop punt. 1-on-1 contest. Brought to ground by O'Keefe. Here's Bowie. The little man picks it up, hooks it back over his shoulder and has missed. So another bad miss. St Kilda 8-11. That's 19 scoring shots. The Brisbane Bears are on 10-4, so that's 15 scoring shots to 19. Chris O'Sullivan with that knee strapped.
Grant in the middle with Dwyer. Chance for Harris. And Harris goes straight down the ground looking for Hardy. Frawley out at centre half back now. Might have been touched off the boot by Taylor. Winmar decides to play on. Kennedy. Short pass. And the Bears working manfully out of defence. This is Rains after the hand pass and come from Banfield. It's back to Kennedy. Williams, very quiet first half, but he's kicked a couple of useful goals in this term. Oh, brilliant from Cameron O'Brien, lovely lead. And he certainly does look their best bet at full forward. Must echo those thoughts. That's a magnificent kick. He's kicked it 60 metres. Hardy! What a kick, Bernie. You'd be proud of that one.
Yes, excellent play by O'Brien. He's showing the Brisbane Bear, well, the better known forwards, especially Kappa and Brad Hardy, how to lead. I've noticed that Kappa and Hardy, they both pull up as they get to the ball for some reason, instead of running straight through it. But O'Brien has been very impressive.
That should be a goal. We'd have to fall over to miss it, Brad Hardy. It's a goal.
He was shot twice.
2 goals to Brad Hardy, and once again the difference is 11 points in favour of the Brisbane Bears.
Well, he is a great user of the body, Brad Hardy. He's been beaten tonight by Rice. There's Winmar, best man on the ground towards half forward. Kennedy. It does attack the ball, Kennedy. Sheldon to the pocket, low at the back. Can't hold his marks tonight, but the umpire's paying this one.
Similar to the first one he took of the match, Peter, wasn't it?
Yes, and he really hasn't held on to them tonight. Let's have a look.
Yes, there he goes again.
Oh, yes.
I think that was fair enough, that mark. I think O'Keefe flipped it out of his hands.
No doubt that was a mark. When we saw that in replay, Stuart Lowe. Now, this is his big problem. Kicking accurately for goal. He's only 25 metres out as he stabs at this one. Oh, he might have missed again. Yes, he has. And he really needs to do something about his kicking, Stuart Lowe. 11-4 the Bears. The Saints on 8-12. The difference is 10 points, and you can't afford to miss those in this level of competition. Hands on the head. Very disappointed, Lowe. Good move to put him to full forward, I think. Hope he can take a few marks. David O'Keefe has gone short. That is dangerous because Russo was there waiting for it against Merritt. Merritt across the face of goal. Now he sensibly comes back around the boundary line to Richardson. Now to Gastev. Gastev, some heavy shepherding going on as Gastev comes from half back towards centre wing. A lovely pass. Finds Bretton Phillips. He's gone short to Mark Williams. Williams can't take the mark. Oh, I don't know about that one.
Well, I think the free kick was there, Peter, because...
What for?
Well, Daniels just didn't have a look at the ball. He was definitely an interference there.
Kappa's on the ground, has taken the mark, and the crowd roars. Warwick Kappa, I think this will be his second kick of the night.
Yes, I think that's his first mark. He's been well held by Danny Frawley.
Well, this will mean a lot to Kappa, this kick. He really has to kick this one because he's been down on form. Kicked 9 in the reserves last week.
I think any kicks would mean a lot to him these days, wouldn't they, Pete?
Don't be unkind, Bernie. Here's Warwick Kappa. Oh, he's missed it. He's hooked it across his body and through for a behind. So things not going his way. He was really beaten badly early by Danny Frawley. And he needs to get goals. 11-5 to 8-12. 11 points the difference. The Bears lead.
It's a useful lead. Harding gets pinned. Assistance from Burke. Socket away by Rice. Up towards Big Roger Merritt. Oh, that's a strong grab by O'Brien.
Good lead, Pete.
It was a good lead, wasn't it?
Yes, great lead again. And he doesn't stop when he gets to the ball. That's the thing about O'Brien.
A fine mark. He's kicked 3 goals already. Joining Trevor Barker as the leading goal kicker in the match. He might be able to make it 4. Should get the distance. We'll wait on the accuracy. Similar position to Kappa. And that looks pretty good. It's a goal. By the Bears in this quarter, and they lead by 17 points. That's their biggest lead of the match so far. 20 effective scoring shots to St Kilda to 17 to the Bears. But of course, in that first term, St Kilda kicked 2-7. And Robert Handley, maybe their major offender with 3 behinds. Knocked down his former Hawthorn teammate in Harding, albeit not very far. Bain gets well tackled by Harding again. Grant applies the tackle on Williams. No one's going anywhere. Another bounce to take place just off the circle. 9 minutes of play left in this third quarter, and it's very vital as far as St Kilda is concerned that they get the next couple of goals. If they let the Bears get them, they could have a big deficit at three-quarter time. Here's Winton bringing it towards half forward. Zanotti runs straight out of the ball, but he's overrun it. That allows Barker to hook it back towards the pocket. Bowie after it. The little rover dives and takes a good mark. Now he wants to play onto the left foot. He's trying to bring it up in front of goal. Mick Dwyer at the back.
He has it fisted away. Reynolson caught. Punches it away to Kennedy. Kennedy gets it out of defence. Good play by the Bears defence. Over to Rains. Jeffrey Rains. Quick hand pass straight to Harding. Harding's played well. Oh, his teammate though fell over, Winton. The short one is on. Comes to Coughlin. Further hand pass to Nathan Burke from 45 metres. He lines up the goals. Burke, it won't make the distance. And Merritt takes a good strong mark right in the goal square. Roger Merritt. Really quiet early as we see that mark in replay by Merritt. Good strong mark. And oh, that is a terrific mark at half back by David O'Keefe. Oh, there's loose men everywhere for the Brisbane Bears. There's Peter Banfield. Moving it across to Mark Williams. Williams towards half forward. Out they come after it, and the mark has been taken there by Robert Elphinston.
Now playing on Warwick Kappa. He's not had a great night. Dwyer, well, good tap away by Phillips. Knocked the ball out of his hands. He's going to be penalised for holding the ball too, Dwyer. That's harsh. Harris to take the free kick. Bernie Harris, just wide of the centre circle, now decides to play on. O'Brien again.
They've got to make a move. Liam's got to go off O'Brien.
Yes, here comes the St Kilda runner now, so we'll see what happens.
Should have been made before.
And he really went for extra distance on that. As a result, he's hooked it slightly. Harding certainly missed what he should have taken. It bounces unkindly for Harris. It bounces better for Winmar. 20-metre hand pass. Tries for Coughlin or Dwyer. Finds the latter. Dwyer at centre field. Richardson chasing. He gets it onto Sheldon. O'Keefe is there. Fine play by St Kilda. Stuart Lowe marking inside 50. Will he go for a short pass, knowing what his kicking for goal is like? He perhaps would have preferred that option. But Lowe now going back for the kick. I suppose the law of averages would suggest that he'll get one sooner or later.
Well, he doesn't just miss, he misses by about 6 metres.
Yes, his kicking style doesn't look all that bad, does it, Peter? Really off the boot.
He lifts that toe up a bit and kicks him too high, I think, Bernie.
What's he kicked, Bernie? How many points?
That's 3 behinds to Stuart Lowe.
3. This is Zanotti. Excellently delivered kick. And it comes to Williams on right centre wing. Looks for Rains. And he's got him. Rains into the pocket. Kappa on a lead, and this time takes his second mark for the goal.
Well, I said before he needs to kick a goal. He's got a chance here, Warwick Kappa.
And Warwick finding it a lot easier with Danny Frawley not on him too, Peter.
Well, I'd shuffle that defence around a little bit if I was Daryl Baldock, but let's see if he makes the distance, Kappa. That's a better looking kick, but it floats off to the right. And he has missed. He needs a goal for a bit of confidence, but he is leading better, Bernie.
Yes, those last couple of leads have hit him right on the chest.
12-6, plays 8-13. They're still in it, the Saints. Their forward line's got to function better. Now, that's a good mark taken out there by Daniels, who's been one of St Kilda's best players. He's at half back. It's thrown to Daniels by Mark Williams, and then he runs straight off. Oh, Harding, that was bad play by St Kilda. Very bad football. Harding in after it again. Quick hand pass out to Dean Rice. They've fiddled around a little bit too much, the Saints. This is Rice hooking it back towards half forward. Grant couldn't take the mark. Sheldon, good football. Shuffles it wide. Let's see who can get there first. It's Nathan Burke. Hand pass to Bowie. Bowie getting round onto the right foot. He wants to give it to someone. He finds Coughlin at the 50-metre mark. He brings it towards Sheldon, into the back. Oh, no, umpire calls play on. As we see a hand pass from Winton over the top. Mick Dwyer, an open goal from the angle. Kicks. What is it?
Out the full.
Oh, are they wasting some chances, the Saints?
Well, that might have been justice there, because I thought Scott McIver should have got the free kick.
No doubt.
John Gastev. Just up from the back pocket. The target is Roger Merritt. Too tall for Hardy, and his teammate, he played on. Coughlin, lovely block. Merritt might be able to get away with it ultimately. Back to Hardy, and the Bears will get clear. This is Kennedy. Looping hand pass into the arms of Banfield, who replaced O'Sullivan. 2 St Kilda players are there. Danny Frawley, easy as you like.
That move's been made. I think Frawley is back on capper.
Well, here they're going to put on O'Brien because he was cutting loose for a while, and the ball is being brought back. It's a free kick downfield to Dwyer. Grant at the right half-back flank. St Kilda need a steadying goal here. O'Keefe goes to the punch to get it away from Burke. Lamb. Winton at right half forward. Started the game sensationally with a great grab in the square, which resulted in a goal. That kick's going pretty close, and it's marked by Zanotti right on the line. Short pass to Williams. This is Daniels again. Now it's Richardson. Richardson from the centre half back position. Short pass, badly directed to Paul Harding. Strong mark again to Lowe. He's directly in front this time.
Well, Lowe might be taking a couple of marks, but the loss of Lockett is enormous, really, isn't it?
Well, you can't replace a goal like that.
No, it's impossible. But Mike Richardson did the good work there. Tremendous skills gathering the ball, but gave it away with a short pass. He would have been better off going long.
I'm going to back him this time, Pete.
Well, I said before, the law of averages would dictate that he's got to get one sooner or later.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, you're right. That's 4 behinds.
Look at poor old top Baldock up. He's been tearing his hair out what's left.
You better stay away from the casino after that tip, Peter.
Oh, fair dinkum.
The odds aren't there.
There's no wind or anything.
78 to 62 with 2.5 minutes left in the term. Williams the hand pass to Merritt.
Well, there's Merritt going to the centre of the ground to Banfield, and still had time to pick it up after stumbling. Banfield to half forward. Dean Rice sets himself courageous by Rice. This is Rains. Offenston hotly pressing him as Rains pops it through for a point. Jeffrey Rains, a very exciting, been a magnificent player in VFL football. Rains was a fantastic centreman many years ago for Richmond. Here's David Grant, who's been quiet, Bernie.
Yes, gone out of the game, Pete.
Well, the leader's on by Coghlan. Let's see if he can get there. Hotly pressing him as Phillips. Good play by Brenton Phillips to duck back after it. Hand pass, looking for O'Keefe. Beautifully picked up. And a clever hand pass to O'Brien, who's a long way from the forward line. His kick is poor and into the hands of Grant. Grant back towards centre wing. Winmar not going for the mark at all. I wonder if I reckon he's injured as he allowed McIver to take that uncontested. McIver across the face. Kappa unselfishly leaves it for Brad Hardy.
50 metres.
Is that 50?
Yes, the umpire's awarding it.
Well,
this is a certain goal to the Bears.
Bad play. Brad Hardy will kick this from the goal square, so a certain goal coming up. Brad Hardy for kicking for his third.
Was there really much in that, Bernie?
I didn't see a lot in it, Pete, but we'll have a look at this replay, see what happens. There's a marker.
Nothing
Hardy,
in that.
and I think he's thrown himself down more than anything. There's hardly anything in it at all.
Dreadful decision. Well, Brad Hardy, the goal on a platter here as he kicks it right out of the ground.
Brad Hardy's third goal. You can make up your own mind on the merits or otherwise of the decision. And the Bears now with the biggest lead of the night. It's 23 points. Gordon Fode preparing to come back on. He copped a couple of heavy knocks in the second quarter, and Dean Rice comes off. Didn't think Rice had been going all that badly either. Darryl Baldock swinging the changes quickly with just over a minute left in the third term. The Saints have the job ahead of them if they're to salvage this match. McIver actually taps it down to Rains. He loses about 5 metres as he gets it back to O'Keefe, wide to the centre wing position. In front was O'Dwyer. Bain, grab, not in possession. Can't argue with that's a free kick, though. Bain's kick to half forward. Out comes O'Brien again. Great mark.
Yeah, that's too good for Jamie Lamb.
Well, he should have been moved 10 minutes ago, as we said.
Well, that's right. He's just taken some telling marks in front.
He's kicked 4 goals too, importantly, and might be able to make it 5 by three-quarter time. Cameron O'Brien. He'll kick from inside 50. Kicked a booming punt that was marked by Hardy before, and he's got the same distance with that, but not the accuracy, it would appear. On behind.
He's got a ton of ability, Cameron O'Brien. Really hasn't realised that he was at Collingwood, and Collingwood cleared him. And while he was a champion amateur player, and he really still could be an excellent player. That's Nathan Burke looking for Mick Dwyer, but they haven't had the run in their legs this quarter. The Saints have had That's 6 goals to 1. In fact, in this quarter, kicked by the Bears against St Kilda, and at 3/4 time here at Carrara. A great quarter that by the Brisbane.
Right, well, there it is at 3/4 time. A handy lead to the Brisbane Bears of 24 points. O'Brien has 4 goals and Hardy 3. Barker has 3 for St Kilda, 2 to Winton, 2 to Bowie. We'll take a break. Back with the last quarter in just a moment. Welcome back to Floodlit Carrara. On the boundary line, here's Bill McDonald.
Thanks, Pete. Well, Darryl Baldock at 3/4 time gave his players one of the worst tongue lashings I've heard in my life. I think he just really got stuck into them and said they're a disgrace to the club, just being lazy. They've got to pull their act together, and the basic message, just start running with the ball a bit and start running and putting in. Brisbane Bears, the message there from new coach, just to get out there. The game's there to be won if you want it.
Bears leading by 24 points, so it's a handy break, but certainly not insurmountable. If St Kilda can kick straight, there might be a chance. The final quarter from the second night match at Carrara. Last week, the Bears got overrun in the last term by Geelong. What's going to happen this evening? Knocked down by Harding. McIver boots the Bears side forward. Grant clears it out of defence towards centre wing. Phillips goes for the knockaway to get it clear of Dwyer. And Dwyer's going to win out. No, Phillips wins out, but a good tackle by Nathan Burke is not liked by the umpire, and Phillips gets up with the free kick. Play on. Leslie got one hand to it. Russo. Harding. Back to Russo. Former Hawthorn players have combined well tonight. Not a well-delivered kick at all. Straight to Brenton Phillips. Not a long kick. McIver in front, marks in front of Winmar, who hasn't been the same player since he got that heavy knock. This is Harris. Centering kick from the right half forward flank. O'Brien again. I see Lamb still on him. Bowie goes for the hand pass. Elphinstone just about grabbed with the ball. Could have been close. Umpire lets it go. Bernie, would you have made a move, putting somebody else onto O'Brien, who's kicked 4 goals?
No doubt, Peter. There's Warwick Kappa on the bench again, but O'Brien far too good for Jamie Lamb. I probably would have made the move. Winton from the forward line moved down to the back line.
Is Brett Bowie taking that off the pack. They need a couple of quick goals, the Saints. Winton gives away a free kick over the shoulder of David O'Keefe, who's a real trier. He just keeps working away. O'Keefe, good solid player. Towards half-foot off, push out. Was it? No, the umpire said it was in the side by Danny Frawley, who's played an outstanding game again. He's gone towards Handley. Handley waited on that one. Robert Handley, oh, good play. Oh, he's running into trouble though, across the face, and he kicks it straight to Mike Richardson. That was very poor play by Handley. Richardson's gone short. Dean Rice and Hardy have had a fantastic duel down there in the forward pocket, and I really believe that Dean Rice has won that duel, even though Hardy's kicked 3. Bernie?
Yeah, probably. Just Hardy kicking a couple of goals in that 3rd quarter when the Brisbane Bears started to get on top.
Well, it's about 30 metres around from the Bears' goal. Over the back was Bain. Russo went in very hard after it, and Harding also. He's worked hard all night, Paul Harding.
Yes, always battles hard. A little bit short for a top ruckman, but he's always in there contesting.
Yeah, they could do with another tall man, and St Kilda, Brendan Trezise and Brendan Carlin, the 2 umpires tonight. There's Jason Daniels trying to crash his way through the pack. Mike Richardson caught. Oh, got away far too easily on that occasion. Here's the dangerous Hardy. He's got it. Hand pass went straight towards Danny Frawley. Frawley kicks it towards half-back, and the mark has been taken by Gastev. Over to McIver. Bernie Harris went off before acceptances. Gives it back to Gastev. They're doing it pretty easily, the Bears. Gastev going for the big torpedo punt. Did someone take a mark? Oh, good mark. Great mark down there by Robert Elphinstone.
It's a real juggle. He's got it to Russo. Phillips chipping in beautifully in front of Dwyer. Onto Bain. The West Australian gathers it in just inside the boundary line, or has he gone over? Boundary umpire coming out. So he must have gone over just a smidgen. Bad luck for the Bears, but they've been doing most of the attacking in this quarter. And St Kilda got a pretty fair lead to try to peg back. 21-20 left in this term, left in the match. Harding taps it down. Bain to Williams. O'Brien again. Well, we've said it before, Bernie, but the move is long overdue, it would appear.
Yes, even Danny Frawley, maybe put him onto Cameron O'Brien.
I'll tell you what, Pete, he is a magnificent kick, Cameron O'Brien.
Handley coming off the ground, I guess because of that poor play before when his kick went to the centre of the ground. It was taken by the Bears. In front is Taylor, at the back is Hardy. Neither can grab it. Saints defence doing the job there and are behind. So 13-9 their score to 8-14, 87 to 62, a difference of 25 points. At the back is Richardson, knock on by Hardy. Daniels, one of St Kilda's best players tonight. Daniels kick to the edge of the square. Winton doesn't get a favourable bounce. McIver, Bain, outside the square, goes long in towards the left forward pocket. At the back is Hardy, but a good safe mark taken by Rice.
Well, Dean Rice has been a great player today. Well, Winmar's not going with the ball at all now. He must have a pretty sore back, I would think. He dominated the first half. That's Nathan Burke up towards Lowe. A good play by Lowe, who ran straight at it, over to Barker. Barker, a quick kick. Here's a chance for Mick Dwyer now. Will it sit for him? He's got an open goal in front of him. Onto the left foot. Dwyer hooks it back, and he's missed. So that's not their night as far as kicking is concerned, the Saints. They've moved on to 8-15-63. The Bears 13-9-87. A disappointed look on the faces of the St Kilda bench.
Reynoldson. Here since Barker and Winmar went out of the game, the Bears have done well. Richardson on Daniels. Grant in front and Marks in front of Banfield. Centering kick from the half-back line. Looks for Harding. He's done well. Brett Bowie at centre field for St Kilda. Straight down the ground, knock away by O'Keefe. Dargie's at the fall of the... it was Dargie, that's right. Winton was there as well. And this is Dwyer. And Mick Dwyer right on 50. He's kicked one goal. Should get the distance with the kick. And he has, it looks like. It's his second, a badly needed one for St Kilda. Second goal. Now if St Kilda can get the next one, they're back in with the chance here. Williams' kick touched off the boot. Banfield gets ridden into the ground by Daniels, who applies a pretty quick tackle and comes up with the ball himself. Well played from Jason Daniels, but it's going to be a bounce just wide of the centre circle. 18.5 minutes left in the match.
And Jason Daniels has been a great player all night for the Saints. He's battled his heart out and even improved his kicking. Oh, there's a free kick. The Rains pressing his way through the centre now. Let's have a look at the kicking ability of Rains. He will kick it. No, he's going the short one instead to McIver, who's unmarked. Now McIver is a long, long way out towards centre wing. He's bringing it towards the pocket. This will be a mark for Harding. Well, no, it's not. In fact, it is Danny Frawley, who's, again, he's given his heart again. Terrific player for St Kilda, Danny Frawley. Trevor Barker is the flyer, but McIver chips across in front to take a strong mark. Onto the right foot he goes. Merritt. Will he get there? Harding looking very tired as Merritt sprints away. Hand pass to Taylor. Taylor's caught by Frawley. Pushes the ball away. Back towards Merritt. Over to Bain. Bain to Phillips. Phillips short. It was an ordinary looking kick, but Richardson receives. Onto the left foot, Mike Richardson. Hooking it back in front of goal. Here's danger, but out comes Jamie Lamb. One of the few times he's beaten Cameron O'Brien to take the safe mark in his chest. Now, not sure who to give this one to, so he comes straight up the centre of the ground. It's all Bears. Scott McIver back towards the pocket. Who's there? Brad Hardy against Dean Rice. And again, Rice forces the ball to the line and puts it over.
Been a good battle between those two. Hardy has kicked 3 goals, but Dean Rice has done a particularly good job. Hardy has really had the chance to cut loose. Harding knocks it down. At the fall of the ball was Bernie Harris. Elphinston got a hand to it. Well, good block by O'Brien. Lamb. That is out of bounds on the full. Free kick going to the Brisbane Bears. It'll be taken by the man on screen, Bernie Harris. He's a pretty fair way out from goal, right on the 50-metre mark. You saw by those stats, there's not much of him. Centering kick. Well, no, it's not. It's to Hardy, who led out well. But the angle, Bernie, is probably worse.
Yes, the angle's not improved at all, Peter. The distance he'll be kicking from is. He'll only be having a shot from about 30 metres out. Hardy with 3 goals, kicking from a fairly tight angle.
It's coming around, but I fancy not enough. And the behind of the Bears total. So 13-10 now, 88 to 9-15-69. And Warakappa again on the boundary line, looking to come back on and get into the fray. Hasn't been one of his better performances after 9 goals in the reserves last week. Elphinston to the members' side here at Carrara. Oh, play! What a leap! Mark that one down for one of our contenders for the Holden Mark of the Week. No, that's not a bad one from Lamb either. A one-hander dragged in. Bain this time couldn't knock it away from Nathan Burke. Burke's hand pass was effective. Up to Russo. Now they're coming back again. This is Bowie who takes the hand pass. Bowie on right centre wing. While Stuart Lowe, biggest hands in the business, is a long way from goal. Let's see if he can give it a good roost to get it down quickly to the forward line.
Don't know whether he can give a good roost. There's not a long kick as he brings it to half forward. It's fisted away. Andrew Taylor. Hand passes out to Gastev. He'll go over the boundary line, Johnny Gastev. And a clever little kick. And I won't mention the fact that John Beckwith, the former Melbourne champ, used to do that every time, Pete.
Oh, well, don't mention it.
Well, there's Bernie Harris on screen, but they seem to have this game under control. 69 plays 88. A couple of quick goals. It certainly changed the scene, though, as we see Reynoldsson taking front position against Lowe. Did that very easily. Over to Kennedy. Kennedy out of defence to the centre of the ground where Fode runs at it. Takes the mark. They need a bit of system up forward, St Kilda. Badly missing Lockett. There is Mick Dwyer punching it away. They went wide again, which is... So they've lost that front position again. Phillips on top of Dwyer.
They're far too wide there. Well, there's no advantage unless the pass is spot on, and then Dwyer's still a long way from goal.
A dream start so far for Paul Feltham, former North Melbourne Premiership player. Daniels gets it across to Fode. They badly want a goal right here and now, the Saints. It's punched away down the ground. Winmar in after it. He's gone out of the game a lot, but look at the brilliance of Nicky Winmar. Onto the left foot, hooking it back at goal, but has missed again for the Saints. So there's another behind on the board. He was outstanding in the first half. Best man on the ground by a mile, Winmar, till he was injured. 13-10, 88 the Bears. The Saints trail them by 3 goals. They're on 9-16-70.
O'Keefe does the kicking in. He's found McIver in the back pocket. McIver's the leading tackler in the VFL this year. Reynoldsson close to the boundary line. He got a push. He'll get the kick. 13.5 left in this game. So time's starting to tick down too quickly for the Saints. Taylor in front, Frawley at the back. Frawley taps it down. Good speed from Bowie, just about gets his head pulled off. Harding's hand pass is an excellent one. Onto Dargy. Now it comes to Nathan Burke. Centering kick from him at the fall of the ball. Sheldon, snapshot, is close. It's a goal. Shades of Melbourne and Carlton this afternoon, 88-76 now. Can they pull it out of the fire? St Kilda, the Bears only leading by 2 goals. McIver scoops it out. Harris ineffective. Taylor over the shoulder. Bain beaten by Daniels. Was he held? Umpire calls play on. I think that might have been the correct decision. Frawley, great endeavour out of defence.
He is fantastic, Danny Frawley. Towards half forward, Sheldon trying to punch it on. Here's Stuart Lowe. Going in after it now, Lowe over to Mick Dwyer, a chance for the Saints. Dwyer sets it up for the forwards. At the back is it a mark to Winton. Can he get up and grab it? Yes, he can. It's a goal of the Saints. They trail by 6 points.
And great stuff by St Kilda to get back into this match. It hadn't looked like it in the first part of this final quarter. And that's 3 goals to Brian Winton. And St Kilda all of a sudden have come to life. Mick Dwyer with a long kick into the forward line. Winton seemed to have forever to kick this goal. The 2 Brisbane Bears players going to the ground. And Winton had plenty of time to get up steady and kick the goal.
Plenty of time for them to win the match too, Bernie. We've got 12 minutes, so there's time for about 4 or 5 more goals there.
There's plenty of time for the Saints now, playing with plenty of endeavour.
6 points the difference. The Bears lead. Who'll get it out of the centre? Who'll score the next goal? Could be vital as the big fist comes right out towards centre wing. 3-on-1. Bain taps it on. Good play by Winmar not to give away the free kick. Winmar in after it. Good skills by Winmar as he sets it up for centre half forward.
Kilda can get a goal here. Scores will be level. Gastev. Good block by Barker. The veteran out to Russo. Russo's kicked at Dwyer, who's burning in this term. Dwyer's goal! The level is scored! A nightmare for the Bears if we go back to last week. 168 hours back, Geelong did the same thing to them. St Kilda coming home like a steam train here at Carrara. It's going to be a bounce short of centre half forward for the Bears. They need a steadier. They've kicked only 2 behinds in this final quarter. St Kilda has kicked 4 goals too. Harding. Onto Winmar. Kennedy at the back. Any score here puts St Kilda in front. O'Keefe. Streaming out of defence. Winton giving chase, but it's a long kick by the former Cat down towards the centre wing position. Taylor. Short pass onto Banfield. Onto Harris. A good build-up. Harris from a standing start. The ball hooked across his body. Harding takes the mark.
Harding has been a very lion-hearted effort. Over to Peter Russo. Russo wide. He was looking for Nathan Burke. He finds him. Gordon Fode. Oh, bad plays. He ran into trouble. He should have kicked it, but he gets in the hand pass. The umpire's pinged him for holding the ball or a throw. Well, it wasn't good play by Gordon Fode. This is anyone's game. What a great match. The official attendance, 11,004. This is Scott McIver from centre of the ground. Brings it wide. A one-on-one contest. Rains punches the ball on. It's a loose one at half-foot. Off the ground by Cameron O'Brien. Oh, what a goal! Oh, Maradona.
That's a real miracle goal, isn't it, by O'Brien? And it's been a great performance by him. 5 goals, 2. And a lion-hearted performance. And what a match. St Kilda coming back with these 4 goals, of course, in the last quarter. O'Brien here with a miracle goal. Good play by Rains, tapping the ball on. O'Brien just a desperate kick off the ground. He knew he was about to be tackled. He didn't have any other option. And through it went, one of those miracle ones, Pete.
Cameron O'Brien's kicked 5. He's created a lot of headaches for Jamie Lamb. And the Bears lead by 1 goal. Danny Frawley courageously waits underneath it. Can't take the mark.
Free kick.
And now it's a free kick to Frawley. He's been an inspiration to St Kilda all night.
Yes. Certainly leads from the front, Danny Frawley, doesn't he? In front is Richardson. Big knock away, comes into the arms of Merritt. It's over the head of Banfield. Might sit nicely for him. Good shepherd by Taylor. Where's O'Brien? On a lead. Can't mark it. Backing back is Lamb. It's around Kappa. Nathan Burke at the left half-back flank. Onto Daniels. Out comes Reynoldson. A good block. St Kilda had the ball and they had the run. It's out of bounds, though, on centre wing. So some breathing space for the Bears. 9 minutes left in the match. Still anybody's game. St Kilda finishing with plenty of run. After the Bears looked as though they were going to go on with it in the 3rd term. Knocked away by Merritt again, but perhaps a little bit early to start doing that. Ball picked up by Burke. Sheldon over the top. Might have almost got on the shoulder of his opponent. Dwyer playing well. Gastev might get there first. The boundary line's going to be the winner as St Kilda manfully work it towards their goal. It's about 45 metres out. 8.25 minutes, or 8.5 minutes left in this game. Lowe and Merritt. Lowe looking for the front position and wins it. Free kick picked up by Kennedy. And who's it going to? It's against Merritt. It's going to Lowe. So Stuart Lowe, you wouldn't expect him to kick it from there. Centering kick. Harris may get there first. Gets in front of Bowie. That was courageous. Fode, who's had a stint on the bench after a couple of hefty knocks. The ball close to the boundary line. Big Merritt, almost a mark. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw in forward pocket.
Courageous in by Bowie. As we see Darryl Border. Look at the little fella. He went in against Merritt then. Good effort. There's the St Kilda coach's bench. Alan Davis, former champion player up there. The ball punched to the line then by Reynoldsson. Scoreboard shows 14-10 to 12-16. The Bears lead by 1 solitary goal. And we have 7.5 minutes of play left, and a casual-looking Darryl Baldock, but he's hard to be thumping a bit. 25 metres out from the St Kilda goal. They've really lifted their work rate in this quarter, the Saints, as Kenny Sheldon will come up from the bottom of that pack. We knew it to be a close game. Two pretty evenly matched sides. Right in front of the St Kilda goal. Now who'll get it? Here's Sheldon. Hooking it back at goals. Will it make it? It is close. Oh, it's a mark. It's a mark to Winton, I would think. Or was it over the line? How is the umpire seeing this? In fact, it was over the line. Well,
5 points the difference, Peter.
Yes, 5 points the difference. And that must have been very, very close. Winton thought he'd marked it, but the goal umpire in a good position to see it.
And that's a little bit of bad luck. Mark taken by Harris, who decides to go for the hand pass. O'Keefe. Oh, not a well-directed kick. Harding has got the mark. Could be 50 metres against Gastev if he doesn't come back. They wouldn't want that. Paul Harding from right half forward. Inboard, Zanotti, Hardy. On top of it is McIver. Is that holding the ball?
Yes.
He's paid it. And they've been consistent with this one all night. Scotty McIver over the top of the ball. I can't believe his luck, but I thought it did sneak out the back door there, Pete.
Well, they played one of those earlier.
There it is. He dives on the ball. He's well over the ball. There it is.
Yes.
I don't think he tried too hard to get rid of it.
No, correct decision, that one.
And Peter Russo has the free kick. A goal here would put St Kilda in front by 1 point with just over 6 minutes left in the game. It's drifting away a little bit, or is it through? It's one behind only. So the Bears still lead, but only by 4 points. And nails are being bitten down there.
I was going to say, Peter, the kicking for goal has been atrocious from set shots within the 30 to 40 metre range.
And no wind at all tonight, Bernie.
No excuses.
It's Brad Hardy to kick in. O'Keefe underneath it. At the back is Russo. Good punch away for Winton. Not a bad hand pass to Bowie, who goes further afield for Barker. Slews off the side of his boot. Oh, low. Might have infringed there. Nothing for it, according to the umpire. It's out of bounds, or in fact close to the boundary line.
Free kick.
It's gone to St Kilda.
Holding the man, Pete. Right on the boundary line. He was grabbed by young Kennedy. Now, this will be a difficult kick for anyone, let alone Jason Daniels.
Yeah, here's the free kick again.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Jason Daniels. Well, a banana kick round the corner. But what has happened there?
Out of bounds on the full.
Well, gee, they've wasted some opportunities. Hardy's now down in defence. And not a good kick, that one. He should have got closer than that, Bernie.
Well, he didn't have much confidence going for that type of kick anyway.
Well, there's Brad Hardy bringing it to the half-back line. Scott McIver was the flyer. The Bears desperately trying to get it out of defence. Here's Brett Bowie hooking it back in front of goal. Good mark for young Michael Kennedy as he comes down the half-back line and kicks long right down towards centre wing. Fisted away by the Saints. Who'll get there first? Gordon Foder's in after it. Good play by Bernie Harris. He's brought down from behind. Andrew Taylor. Quick hand pass to Range. Winmar waits under a bad hand pass it was, in fact. Straight to Winmar. Winmar off the side of the boot. Who'll get there first? It was Kenny Sheldon as he gets unloaded by Merritt. It's a loose ball towards half-forward. Players very, very tired. Tapped out by O'Brien. Over to Zanotti. Zanotti to half-forward. Alphonston at the back. Charging after it's a free kick, though. No, he's paying the advantage to Dean Rice. Rice goes wide. Bowie playing well in this quarter. Takes the mark. The little rover. Oh, dangerous hand pass to Russo, who was caught. Russo wide. Fode. Frawley will run into a brick wall. Gets flattened as he kicked it. And he's down. Gastev's taken the mark. Frawley was really flattened as he kicked it. Hardy Gets it further afield. Play on, says the umpire. Zanotti takes it from half-back and kicks wide. Right out wide towards the boundary line and over it. 3 minutes and 52 seconds of play left in this match, and the Bears lead by 4 points.
Next goal, I reckon, probably will win the game. Burke through some very heavy traffic there to Daniels. Jason Daniels, short pass. Excellent stuff onto Grant. Daniels again. Looping hand pass over the head of Bowie. Sits beautifully for him. This could be St Kilda's chance. Farms out the hand pass. Back to Daniels again. Daniels short. But Williams knocks it away. Low. Keeps it in play. They're very tired, some of these players now. Gastev almost caught by Bowie. Back to Harris. We might have to go across goal. This is real dangerous, but he's found Hardy. And Hardy taking plenty of time. McIver. Scott McIver from half-back. Tries to slow things down onto Richardson. Zanotti loves a run. Here he goes. Beautiful kick by the former West Coast Eagles player. Rice up in front. Merritt looks for someone going past. There's none there. Danny Frawley's recovered okay. Cops another one. Down he goes once more. Elphinston in trouble. Almost caught. Fode dodges the tackle from Taylor and gets it out to Dargy. Well, he runs into Zanotti. Burke. Fode again. And Fode goes for the short one up towards centre field.
Oh, there's a loose man there in Trevor Barker. He can run for 50 metres. He sensibly kicks long right up to Grant, who flies at the back. And it's a mark in front. I think Grant had first grab of that one, though, but he's paid the mark to Phillips. He was in front, and you often pay the man in front.
2 minutes left.
Well, there's Hardy going wide. Can the Bears hang on? This is Bernie Harris going backwards. Oh, that was dangerous, but it comes off to Phillips. He kicked it 30 metres backwards. Time clock shows 1 minute and 48 seconds of play left. Bernie Harris marks at half-back. They're trying to slow the game down. 1 goal to the Saints, and Paul Feltham showing a lot of agitation up there in the coach's box. They're just stalling for time. This is Scott McIver. He's at half-back, and sometimes this works against you when you do this. Now, how will the umpire see that? It's a throw-in at centre wing. We have 1 minute and 19 seconds of play left, and the Bears lead by 4 points as we see Paul Feltham. Well, I wonder if coaching's worth it, he'll be saying.
It'll be a hard caper. Frawley's kick. 2 Bears are there. One of them should mark it, and Mark Williams takes the grab. 1 minute left in the match. Williams goes for the boundary line. 2-on-1 again in favour of the Bears. In front is Daniels, who's been St Kilda's most consistent player tonight. 1-on-1 duel at half forward. Gastev tries to knock it clear, gets the hand pass out. Rains goes long and high. Up goes Little Bain, comes out beautifully. He took a screamer earlier in the match. That's a beautiful short pass, and the mark to Banfield. Banfield at left half forward. The Bears look as though they're going to hang on. Merritt almost a grab. Lamb taps it out the back. And we're going to see a bounce with less than 20 seconds left in the match. Time, it would appear, is going to beat the Saints. A thrilling finish here at Carrara. Bears forward line. 4 points in favour of the home team. Harding taps it down. Rosso can't get clear. There's the siren. The Bears have won it. Well, a thriller played in tremendous spirit out there by both teams. We spoke many times, Bernie Quinlan, about inaccurate kicking by the Saints, and really, if there was one aspect of their game that let them down, it was probably that one, and a very costly one.
Yeah, sure, Peter. They've kicked 4 goals for in that last quarter. The Brisbane Bears could only manage 1 goal too. They were overrun, the Brisbane Bears. They set up a 4-goal lead coming into the final quarter. And we saw a tremendous desperate last quarter by both sides. St Kilda just not able to get there. They gave their all. Jason Daniels played a magnificent game. Maury Capper has spent a lot of time on the bench, but the Brisbane Bears I thought their form hadn't been too bad the last couple of weeks coming into this match. The last quarter last week against Geelong, they were overrun, but of course Geelong can do that to any side. And they have shown a new spirit and determination in this last few games of the season. They did hang on tonight. Their experienced players there. Mike Richardson, I thought, did well. Mark Williams, Jeff Rains, David Bain, the rover, did well. Bernie Harris, I thought Scott McIver got well on top of Nicky Winmar in that second half. But St Kilda, of course, they could have won it. They had many shots at goals. Very inaccurate. 12-18, of course. They had plenty of chances, but they just couldn't put the score on the board.
And the score on the board shows the Bears running out winners by 4 points, 14-10, 94, defeating St Kilda 12-18, 90 at Carrara.